The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM here in Accra, also live in Kumasi on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Radio Freed in Nandom, Radio Wa in Wa, Ganga FM in Jirapine, KTU Radio in Koforidua. You can also listen live on your Spotify app and myjoyonline.com. In this edition, long queues remain at SIM re-registration centers despite new measures by the NCA to address the chaos.
I came here about 4:30. Today up to now, they said the network is not working.
Appealing to the authorities to do something about it. They should have extended the days or the numbers that we could have time to do it, because some people we are supposed to go to work or do our normal routine.
We have details of that. Also, barely 24 hours to crunch meeting between UTAG and government. There's already serious bad blood between the union and an independent state agency expected to assist in resolving the impasse.
One of their very last demands amongst others, that is the access to the labor survey report was given to them.
You are not sure of how fair they would be when they are going to discuss.
We have details as the lecturers continue to boycott lecture halls, mounting pressure on government to roll out sustainable anti-trafficking program to combat the illegal practice following Joy News' latest expose, which revealed children are rented for as little as 800 cedis to work on cocoa farms.
You cannot just say that I've caused arrest and that ends it. But the emphasis should be placed on a sustainability program that are going on and the effort that are being made to rescue some of these children.
We'll hear from Child Rights International, which is calling for a multi-sectoral collaboration in dealing with the menace. Also this afternoon, speaking truth to power.
No one could have expected that an honorable house degenerated into a brawl with very honorable members putting aside their debating skills in order to exhibit their punching prowess.
Asante Hene calls for introspection by the legislature and executive to prevent incidents similar to the chaos that characterized the e-levy debate in Parliament. Also in sports.
Black Stars coach Milovan Riva defends decision to leave substitutions late in AFCON Group C opener defeat against Morocco. We have details in 20 minutes.
And more disappointment following that poor display by the Black Stars in the opening game in the Africa Cup of Nations. That and more here on the Midday News with me, Emefa Apau. Many thanks for choosing us. As always, we are your home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism. This afternoon, there are still long queues at SIM re-registration centers despite the rollout of new measures by the NCA to address the chaos associated with the process. A statement from the authority said it was establishing various ad hoc registration centers to expand access and to ease pressure on mobile network operators. However, several days after this, Joy News checks reveal the situation is rather worsening. My colleague Blessed Suga has been to a number of centers in Accra. He joins us on the line with updates on this. Bless, paint a picture of the situation from the centers you visited this morning to us.
Well, if I can tell you that the situation is not getting any better. In the early parts of today, we've been to a number of centers trying to check what the status of registration is. And our interaction with a number of people indicates that the system is not as smooth as many would love it. The last center we left was somewhere around Munga First Stop, where over 400 people had queued in the early part of the morning, somewhere around 4 a.m., just seeking to get the chance, finally, to register their SIM cards.
I came here about 4:30. Today up to now, they said the network is not working. So now we are here. We are waiting for network.
What time did you come here?
4:30.
Okay,
but I get number 71.
For past, months that I've been working here, it's very difficult as it is. Everywhere you go, you are very stranded for registering a SIM card, just for a SIM card, wasting a whole lot of days throughout here, and it's very frustrated. So we are appealing to the authorities to do something about it. They should have extended the days or the numbers that we could have time to do it, because some people we are supposed to go to work or do our normal routine, but we are here to stuck over here throughout the day, and it's wasted.
Nimpa mienu pe ene ye hwe won ye say system no go off into this ba na sabi bi ndware ye mpo ko dware ya na san aba still a embaye na coronavirus show aba eno nso na ye bebe dim na ye me feel say no mum ye how nti ma dwen chaka kra me pesa me de ma aban ni say nka sa adwumedi o extend no nko echire say ye ba ye cha wo ha no mo do say ye ba bi na me ma ba hamrachi a still ye frame me ma me mbai.
Well, Blessed, your interactions with all these residents and customers point to network problems also and delays in these queues. What exactly are we learning about that?
That's right, Emma. For obvious reasons, the management of the various mobile network operators who are present at the centers would not make any public pronouncements on what exactly the problem is. But our checks reveal that as low as 2 people, for instance, at our last center, was the only number that could get it through in terms of their SIM card registration. So it is clear that the system is down for now, and many of the people are distraught and they are going back home simply because they've not had the opportunity to do that today. Probably they'll try in the coming days, as many of them have been indicating to us.
Per your understanding and your interactions with them, how long has this problem persisted?
So, for instance, one of the customers that we interacted with indicated that he's been at the center for close to a week. And almost all the time when he comes, there's a long queue, and that's why he always attempts to come at dawn. But the indication, the story is still the same. It's not changing. There are long queues, and that has been the situation ever since the start of the week.
And briefly, before I let you off, Blessed, which areas exactly have you been to?
So we've been to, currently as we speak, we're around Osu. We've been to Mungwa. We've also been to some centers around Seko. And you do know that the National Communications Authority had indicated that they were using some lorry parks as well. Our checks indicate that it's not all the lorry parks that they are using. It's just a few of them dotted around town that we've spotted. So that's what we can report.
That's my colleague Blessed Soga there, visiting some centers and reporting on it. We are yet to get the NCA on this particular issue. As and when we do, we'll speak to them. Now, it's barely 24 hours to a crunch meeting between UTAG and government, and that meeting will take place with the aim of resolving salary concerns. There's, however, bad blood between the union and independent state agencies expected to assist in the resolution of this particular impasse. UTAG has accused the National Labour Commission of acting in the interest of government, with the NLC equally saying the strike action or the industrial action is surprising since government was already addressing the concerns of UTAG. There's more in the following report.
The lecturers going on strike at this particular point in time is very unfortunate news for us.
During the pandemic, we were given a short period to study a lot of stuff. We wouldn't want that to happen again.
Students are already dreading the implications of the action, even though lectures are yet to commence. The academic calendar has previously been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. A quick resolution is all that matters for now.
Been in level 200 for a long time. UTAG would not really stretch it that much, and government will respond to them so that the academic calendar will be back on track.
The NLC says industrial action is surprising.
As of last week, I was of the view that things were getting solved because they seem to have agreed on a few things as far back as October and until last week, when one of their very last demands amongst others, that is the access to the labor survey report, was given to them.
But UTAG disagrees.
Let me just correct an impression. The impression is that we were only interested in the labor market survey, and once we have it, that should be it. I think that is a wrong one. I think that the NLC boss should look at it again.
It is further demanding that the NLC remains impartial.
You might have seen in the media the boss of the NLC going about making statements that are mostly falsehood to the effect. So you look at it, it's like their behavior is like they're an appendage of government. So you are not sure of how fair they would be when they are going to discuss.
The Fair Wages and Salaries Commission says UTAG must return to the negotiation table.
The mechanisms through which you will be able to have better conditions is through negotiation. The wage fixing mechanism that we have in this country is through negotiation. So when you go on strike, distancing yourself from engagement, how are we able to reach such an agreement?
Okay, so
it's for this reason that we called on National Labour Commission to intervene.
Well, we can hear from Labour consultant Austin Game, who says government must be transparent in its discussions with UTAG.
The employer has a responsibility to engage them now. I'm not talking about tomorrow, today, so that they can understand and appreciate the challenges they have, but on condition that they will not be vilified in the public domain the way we have been doing it. They are not, excuse my language, they are not stupid people. They are lecturers. They know what to do, and therefore, if we vilify them in public domain the way we sometimes do, as if they don't know, they will get entrenched, and that will make life very difficult for all of us. Let them be spoken to, and I can tell you on authority that they will listen. They know what to do. If they have to go back to school, they will go. But if the employer do not have at all, there is nothing absolutely anybody can do.
Labour consultant Austin Game. Now, this afternoon, pressure is mounting on government to roll out a sustainable anti-trafficking program to aid in combating the illegal trade in humans. This follows the airing of the latest Joy News Hotline documentary, Children in Cocoa Labour, which reviewed how 10-year-old children are rented for as little as 800 cedis to work on cocoa farms in parts of the country. Even though some 8 persons have already been arrested in connection with the activities of this illegal syndicate, child rights activists says government must institutionalize a program to combat the practice. We'll hear from them shortly. First, though, hear excerpts of the documentary which aired last night.
One trafficker who is responsible for the presence of many of these children in Eluokrom is Musa Kwabena. He says he entices the parents of these children to gain custody of them with the promise of exciting returns.
I give the mother of these trafficked children 100 cedis and give same amount to their father.
He has a network of traffickers in the northern part of Ghana, specifically Chereponi. They help him identify families with vulnerable children.
When I am transporting the children, I first negotiate with the security officials at the border points. The process is all about giving them money to bribe the officials. I give them 200 cedis.
200. In case almost a colaka one, then over catch them, and I cut 200 cedis now, or they bema. Okay.
I bribed the police at the Ghana and Togo entry points to facilitate the transportation of the children. I forged the national identity cards of these children in order to outwit the officials.
He told the investigative team he would charge 5,000 Ghana cedis to traffic at least 10 children for us. Our cover story was that we needed children to work on cocoa farms urgently. He revealed one of the approaches he adopts to outwit the security officers is to forge the national identity of these children.
5,000 in Colorado does and I'll beat me the
okay, in Colorado, I said, yeah, look, also say,
the 5,000 cedis you are demanding for service, I would like to know how many children you are recruiting for that amount. I can recruit 6 or 7 children.
These costs increase the number of years these children spent working on cocoa farms at Eluokrom. Rashida was trafficked from Chereponi by Musa. She was in class 6 at a basic school in Chereponi.
I have not been here for long. I have not served a year yet. I was here earlier. I spent 4 years serving my old master. What did Musa tell your parents before bringing you? The negotiation was between my parents and Musa.
Working long hours is not for 1,000 Ghana cedis, which will be paid to her parents. There is no intention of her master sending her to school.
Would you love to return to the classroom? I was schooling in Tripoli, but I ceased my education when I was brought here.
Another girl the investigative team came across is Maimuna. She's serving 4 years for an amount of 1,200 Ghana cedis. She was also brought from Tripoli by the same Musa. When she isn't hawking on the streets of Eluokrum, she assists with weeding on the cocoa farms.
Where are you from? Tripoli. How long will you be here? I'll be here for 4 years. When were you brought here? I was brought in here in April. What were you brought in here for? I was told I was being brought here to work. What do you do when they take you to the cocoa farm? We weed the farm and crack cocoa pods as well.
She says her sibling is also serving with another master at Eluokrum. She's working for a lesser wage of 1,000 Ghana cedis.
12 million.
12 million, yeah, 1,002.
Excerpts of our latest hotline documentary, Children in Cocoa Labor. The full documentary is available on our YouTube platform, also on my Joy99.7. Now, Head of Public Relations at Cocoa Board, Fifi Boafo, revealed that 8 persons have been arrested, is warning they would deal ruthlessly with persons that engage children to work on cocoa farms.
We have already reported the situation as unearthed in the documentary to the police, and some arrests have already been effected in Ashanti and Western North regions. All suspects and persons of interest are currently going through the legal process. We shall persons involved to be apprehended and prosecuted.
But reacting to the matter, Executive Director of Child Rights International, Bright Appiah, said the states must institute a sustainable program to stamp out the practice.
The clear picture that needs to be painted by Cocoa Board wasn't so clear. Do not stop the perpetrators of this act, because if you listen to the documentary, clearly at a certain point, they even involve the police to be able to execute the agenda. Right. So you cannot just say that I have caused arrest and that ends it. But the emphasis should be placed on a sustainability program that are going on and the effort that are being made to be those communities. Then we'll have a clear and a full understanding of the situation and how to deal with it. But if we even want to lay emphasis on trafficking, right, you will know that those who are involved in this kind of act are not only targeting the cocoa sector, but it is a business for them. Once you want a child to be engaged in any kind of activity at all, they are available to provide it. All that they are doing is that they are exchanging the child for any kind of work that they want to engage the child in. So that some of these must be clearly have a foundation for us to be able to understand.
That's Bright Appiah, Executive Director of Child Rights International. This afternoon, we are told there's a manhunt for the remainder of the syndicates that engages children on cocoa farms. But of course, we have some data from the just ended or recently ended population and housing census, and it's emerging that a lot more children are engaged in this. Manuel, what are the figures saying?
So, per fresh data published by the Ghana Statistical Service, a total of 229,628 children between the ages of 5 and 14 years are involved in different forms of economic activities in Ghana. Now, out of this figure, 56.82% are male and 43.18% are female. And in terms of the sectoral breakdown, 77.64% of these children are engaged in skilled agricultural, forestry and fishery labor. Now, the services and sales sectors follow with, closely sharing 7.44%. Craft and related trades are, as well as plant and machine operations and assemblies, also follow with 6.62 and 0.50% respectively. MFA.
Thank you very much, Manuel Cranting, on that worrying note. I'll take a quick break here on the Midday News here on Joy 99.7 FM in Accra, also live on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi. We are on Radio Freed in Nandom, Radio Y in Wa, Ganga FM in Jirapine, KTU Radio in Koforidua, and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions. We've been looking at the long queues that remain during the SIM re-registration exercise, despite the new measures by the NCA to address the chaos. We've been talking about UTAG and government, and already ahead of that crunch meeting, there's bad blood between the union and an independent state agency expected to assist in resolving that particular impasse. When we return, we'll be speaking truth to power, hearing from Asante Hene calling for introspection by the legislature and executive to prevent incidents similar to the chaos that characterized the e-levy debate. And of course, the disappointment following a poor display by the Black Stars in the opening game at the Africa Cup of Nations football tournament.
The ball could even stay in play for like up to 10 minutes straight. Possession 38 to Morocco. Oh my God, this is not Ghana Black Stars.
Hey, Evokoku, what brings you to my house this early morning? I hope all is well.
All is never well with me, Nick Bakbo. After paying 3 times for the land for my project, the construction workers are now giving me wahala. From material overestimation to small stealing. I am tired.
I told you so, Efokoku.
It's all because you are trying to become builders when you're corporate workers and business people. Edlum has products tailored to meet your needs. Villas 3 at Amrahia, where there are finished homes. Conveniente, also at Amrahia, where it's contemporary but super affordable apartments. Prices start from $35,000. And the Avant-Garde, located in Adjurigano, which has sleek luxury apartments. For more information, please visit edlumhousing.com or simply call 0270-166-166. Edlum Housing, where spacious homes cost less.
Many thanks for choosing the best. Let's do sports, and we are hopefully trying to keep our campaign on track, even though we've lost the first game. Muftau, Milo has been speaking. We'll be hearing from fans as well. Yes. Let's start with Milo.
He says that his decision not to make early substitutions in the game against Morocco was based on the fact that he had the game under control and didn't want to make unnecessary changes to the structure of the team.
Dobra utakmica, teška, prvo kolo, znali smo da Maroko je jedan od najboljih ekipa.
It was a tough match. We were expecting a tough match. Morocco is one of the best teams in Africa, so it was opening match of the competition.
Mislim da su oni bili malo srećni, da su pobedili utakmicu. Mi smo imali tu neke šanse koje su bile baš dobre, nismo uspjeli da damo gol i
we didn't use our chances today, and I think Morocco team was a little bit luckier in the end. When we were expecting that the game is coming to a close, you know, this happened, so...
Pa dobro, sve je bilo u redu, tako da, kažem, svi su stajali dobro, sve je to teklo, međutim, pad koncentracije sigurno da je bio kod primljenog gola, kažem.
Everything was pretty tight, and, you know, the team was functioning well, and I really felt we have everything under control. I have to analyze the goal we conceded, you know, so I can say more about, you know, because everything was going well, so there was no need to make some unnecessary changes, because up to the moment we conceded the goal, we had the full control in the match.
Well, many have already said that the Milo is fermented. I don't know.
In fact, it's bitter at this point. But some fans have also been telling us their thoughts about this game. Let's hear them.
Bring back the love, but they always keep on disappointing. They always keep on disappointing.
We need to work on our chance creation, and I think the changes too were late.
I'm honestly very disappointed in this outcome. I mean, the ball couldn't even stay in play for like up to 10 minutes straight. Possession 38 to Morocco. Oh my God, this is not Ghana Black Stars.
This is not Ghana Black Stars. Which team is that?
This one is it? All Stars. Interesting. But when is our next game, Muftau?
Our next game is the game Gabon on Friday.
And will it be cool chop?
Well, based on what we saw yesterday, it doesn't look like a cool chop.
Are we still bringing the cup?
It's possible. The last time we went to the competition of 2015, lost the first game, we still made it to the final, so it's still possible.
We'll see. Thank you very much, Muftau Nabila. Now, the Asantehene Otumfo Say to the second has called on the legislature and executive to engage in some introspection over the events that resulted in the chaos that characterized the debate on the e-levy in Parliament last month. He said the brawl the MPs engaged in was unexpected and called on government and the legislature to dialogue more to avert such incidences in the future. The Otumfo was addressing the launch of the first ever media capacity enhancement training for 250 journalists in Kumasi.
The commencement of work on the 8th Parliament of the Fourth Republic have not been in the most edifying tradition, but no one could have expected that the year would conclude with an honourable House degenerated into a brawl with very honourable members putting aside their debating skills in order to exhibit their punching prowess. Recognizing this also makes it necessary for us to take a good look at ourselves and the path we have embarked upon. The focus of such introspection shall be highest on our political leaders who, after all, occupy what political scientists consider the first and second estates of the realm.
Asantehene Otumfo say to the second. Now, more than 60 residents in the Ayawaso North municipality have been issued summons for failing to clean their immediate environs. This exercise is the pilot program of Operation Clean Your Frontage launched by the President, Akufo-Addo, in 2021. Chief Executive Officer of the Ayawaso North municipality, Zakaria Mohammed, is leading a group of sanitation officers for the inspection, and my colleague Papani Michael Ashale is on the grounds with him and the team, and subsequently will bring you more on that. And in showbiz, renowned movie actor Majid Michel says Ghana does not have a movie industry. Speaking on The Reason is Jesus with Fifi Folson, the man who now describes himself as a staunch Christian and an advocate for Christ stated the country only has individuals who are passionate about movies and are willing to invest to produce them.
Where's the industry? What is the industry? Now you have the Yvonne Nelsons, the Shelley Frimpons that are coming out to Martha Akuma just did a film. And I pray she does more of it. Now where's the challenge? Now Martha has to go and look for funds. She has to go and talk to companies. Give me money. Companies are not willing to give you money because they want the money back. They don't care. What am I doing? His mind is, what am I doing with film? We've never had an industry. What we have are individuals that through their passion created films individually.
Majid Michel there speaking on The Reason is Jesus. It's on every Sunday with Fifi Folson. You don't want to miss it. I'm sure the next star will be on. And that's our bulletin for today here on Joy 99.7 FM. There's more news when you log on to myjoyonline.com. Stories making the headlines. FDA recalls batches of coagulated evaporated milk products from Nestle after consumer complaints. Also, Ghana Armed Forces petitions police to investigate Asepa's allegations about presidential jet abuse. We had pillion riding involving men banned in Boku, and also Bologatanga is HIV hotspot in Upper East region. That and more on myjoyonline.com. I am Emefa Apau. Many thanks for your company. Living Word with Pastor Mensa Otabil is up next.
So the projections from the first quarter show a higher total gross profit for the fiscal year.
Nana, who's not land you? He did the port ready. Here are your items. Thank you for coming.